Well, guys, my name is Casey Israel. Welcome to the special event, I would say. I will be joined at least by the Rose very shortly. Um, I'd like to tell him, well, I was going to tell him, you guys now, that I didn't really expect we were going to get a Nintendo Switch announcement this week. Everyone was like, "Oh, we're supposed to get an announcement this day." Usually, Nintendo will give you a heads up when they're about to have an announcement. I mean, if you think about the pre for the Switch that they had, the where Mario was peeking out from the shower curtain, and it was for the Nintendo uh, NX. I need to see if I can find that picture somewhere where Mario looked creepy. NX. Let's see if I can find that picture. Oh, right here. Just give me a second. Oh, let's see, Duke is right there. Here it is. This is the picture I was talking about. It looks like he's peeking out on you from the shower. Like this is like the shower curtain, and he's taking a peek. But I guess he's supposed to be like taking a look from the side of the curtain. So that's they said they were going to reveal what the NX was, and obviously it became the Switch. So I didn't even think we would hear. Uh, I figured we would kind of get the same thing where they would give us a heads up instead of like early in the morning that that they're gonna show the teaser trailer. But while we have waiting for the roses to show up, we got Brad Desk Candy right here. I just heard it and immediately came to your channel. Great job having something ready. Well, there's a lot of people like immediately had it ready. Uh, because if it's big time YouTubers, they're not actually working. I mean, they don't have real jobs. Some of them don't have real jobs, so they're gonna be like right when the thing released, they're gonna do a reaction video to it. And then we got the stanza that says, "Going, you're going to put porn on it." uh, the Switch you couldn't have. I mean, unless you had it jailbroken. Um, I'm hoping at least you'll have some internet capabilities. You got Frederico. What's up? I mean, the one thing I would say for the Nintendo Switch, I had a problem with it, with the original, when they first came out. You couldn't watch YouTube on it. You had to find a way to get around the YouTube, no, to get to watch YouTube. And then before they put the app on there, they had Hulu on there. So I'm hoping they have some more of these streaming apps on there, and obviously they gotta have YouTube on there. That'd be nice. Uh, Once the Rose shows up, we both already seen this. I seen this morning. I was driving to work. I mean, I was already at work, but I was actually uh went to work early, sat in the parking lot, and I was checking the YouTube, and I saw that it was finally announced. I watched it. I was like, no shit. I couldn't believe it actually um, released it this early in the day. But like, I already watched it, and I'm pretty positive the Rose did. But we will show you guys uh, the footage that Nintendo released. Some of you guys might have already said it, but we'll give our reactions and our predictions, and we'll go from there. So you should be here very shortly. I just thought that was funny when I wish Nintendo had something kind of like that for the new Switch 2, but you know what? While we're waiting for him, I could bring up like there were a bunch of leaks, and one of them was this logo right here. I didn't think this was going to be it. You install this logo everywhere with the Nintendo Switch 2. For me, I was like, Nintendo never numbers their consoles ever. They always had a new name. But I was thinking about it. I was like, well, it was pretty obvious that they're gonna have a, a new version of the Switch, because why go from hybrid to back to normal consoles like the PS5 and the Xbox Series X when there's no point for Nintendo compete with them with graphics. But I was I was pretty sure a lot of the Nintendo leaks were going to be false. And I thought this looks too easy to make, so I didn't even think this was actually going to be real. So this is what the Nintendo Switch is going to be. It looks pretty close to the original one, but the dock is rounder. If you look, um, the the Joy Cons do snap in magnetic by magnets. Oh my God, we got Costanza Switch 2 will need to come with deodorant. Super Nintendo Switch or the Switch Nintendo Switch Pro. See, here's the thing. Um, I think uh the Rose said he thought it was going to be called Switch, the Super Switch. I was pretty sure it was going to be called uh the new Nintendo Switch. Kind of like how they had the new Nintendo 3DS. So I thought that I didn't think they would not call it Pro, because usually that's a PlayStation name. But also, I didn't even think they'll number them because they never numbered their systems at all. Uh, Now is the time to afford a regular Switch. Uh, I mean, they're still making games for it right now, but when the Switch 2 comes out, when they start separate moving on from the Switch, they're gonna want to have those. Uh, it's probably best to move on to the Switch 2 because the Switch 2 is going to be backward compatible to the Switch. I do agree with that. PS6 is no one's ready for that. It's stupid. Uh, we have no idea about that, by the way. I mean, we don't know the power of the Switch 2. I don't expect it going to be 4K, but I think it's definitely going to have better visuals, probably have better graphics, but I don't think we're going to see 4K pumping out of this thing. It'll probably be as nice looking as maybe the PS4 Pro, maybe the PS4. But I mean, like the Switch was just a Wii U on steroids. I don't know. I kind of disagree with that, Federico. I think Super Nintendo Switch is a lot better than Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, I don't like neither names, honestly. And honestly, I was not a fan of the Switch name first, but I was pretty sure that. Oh, we got the Rose here. Hey, what's up, man?
Sorry, I kind of fell in.
Helen, yeah, I was like, holy shit! You told me you're gonna take a piss.
Yeah, it ended up being more than a piss. Anyways.
So,
Ah!
what the
Yeah, that
hell was
feels
that?
good. I had to stretch. I sat on the
So,
toilet for 10 minutes longer than I expected. I'm sorry.
so, did you expect that they would actually release that today? There was
No, I
rumors.
wasn't expecting it, and I thought all the leakers were fucking crazy. And in fact, I was gonna go on Twitter, and I was gonna, if it was wrong, if all those leakers were wrong today, I was gonna
Yeah.
go on Twitter and I was gonna release a scathing fucking post about how all these leakers need to shut the fuck up because fucking most of the time they're never right about Nintendo anymore,
Mm,
and they were all on point today, so I gotta give them that. And if they
yeah.
were wrong, I was gonna tell them shut the fuck up already. Be patient. Go outside and fucking touch grass and all this other shit. I was gonna fucking let them have it because I was hearing about this shit since the weekend while I was sick with the flu. I'm like, Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ, I'm tired of hearing about it already.
Well, people was ready. Like, see, honestly, they had everything pretty much correct. I mean, from the console to the name to the logo.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm saying. But like, how many times have the Nintendo leakers been wrong over the last year though too?
Oh, almost every time. I mean, how many times we would watch like announcements, like direct, and someone would say they had the list, and it's
And it was
always the
wrong. Yep.
it,
Like there would obviously there would be a couple of right things on there because there were just a few obvious things,
yeah,
but like a lot of it was wrong.
exactly. So it's like a lot of times they would throw like easy things in there, be like, "Oh, this it will have the Smash Brothers," even though they already announced that, you know.
Or
So
remember that from like 2 years ago when someone people were trying to leak about a new Mario Kart 9. It was going to be like Smash Bros of Mario Kart. That never fucking happened.
no, oh, where they what they were gonna call it the Mar Super Mario Kart Ultimate.
Yeah, or it was like speculated to be the Mario Kart 9. But speaking of the
Yeah,
Mario Kart 9, I don't know if that was a new Mario Kart they showed on that trailer, but I'm really hoping it is.
I think it's gotta be because I mean, dude,
We
this
can't get we can't get more Mario Kart 8. I mean, they've already gave us what 48 new tracks for the game over the last year and a half.
yeah.
And the game is like 10 years old now. Like, come on, give us
Oh,
give us new
dude, it's
Mario
more
Kart.
than that, dude. It's I think it came out maybe 2013. I think it's 12 years old, and that's coming from the Wii U version, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
So like, yeah, it was acceptable when they just upgraded from the Switch to the Switch and have Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, that was okay, especially when they gave you more tracks. But yeah, I was looking, especially I when the Switch came out. I mean, when they teased the Switch the first time, I wasn't really looking at the games that they were showing off because I thought those were just tech demos. But it turned out like you had Mario Odyssey was one of them, and it was other things they were showing. But I thought, like I said, I thought it was tech demos. But one thing I got right was, remember, like, when we first start working together, we were start working on your channel, and I said after a while, I said if it didn't, Switch Pro didn't came out like at this time, then there will be no Switch Pro. I think it was like a couple years ago. I said if it didn't come out in the next couple years, I mean the next year, there's no point because it'd be time for the new generation. I predicted that if there was, like, when we started working together, if there was no Switch Pro in the year, I was like, there's no point. You remember that?
Yeah. Dude, I got so sick and tired of hearing about the Switch Pro too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jesus Christ, and then it turned out to be the Switch OLED. Yeah, how many people were wrong about that one?
And it's not even really like it gave you a little better picture and a wider screen, but and a better battery. But I mean, it was not as like a PS4 Pro or a PS5 Pro. But I can't even tell if PS5 Pro is even worth it. Like I guarantee, if you hook,
No,
it,
fucking PS5 Pro. We already know it's not worth it. It's never going to be worth it.
but I think we were both wrong. I know I was predicting the name was going to be called the new Nintendo Switch, and it was going to have that new logo they had for the 3DS. I was 100% sure that's what it was going to be called.
I'm glad they didn't call it the new Nintendo Switch. I would have flipped the fuck out. I think the reason they did it was because they're trying to avoid another Wii U situation.
Yeah, the only thing, like, I think the only reason they're doing start the numbering them because I was saying this before you showed up is like, well, they have. I mean, we all knew the next system was going to be a hybrid, especially how many over 100 million of these Switch consoles been sold. I mean, the last number I heard, I think it was 142 million, and like obviously they're gonna do another version of that.
Honestly,
But
honestly, from what they showed, just based off of the initial look at the new Switch that we're getting,
yeah,
really all they did was they made it bigger. They made the Joy Cons bigger, which thank Christ, because those things are too damn small to begin with.
and
And
especially if
they
you're gonna
and
use.
instead of sliding them on and off, now you snap them onto the side, which some people I'm seeing on Twitter are already complaining about that, saying it's going to be real easy to break them. Which I don't really think so. Especially supposedly it's supposed to use some kind of magnet technology to help snap them to the
Yeah.
Switch and to the side of the Joy-Con controller.
Mm,
So I don't know if it has magnets. I don't think it'll break as easily as people are saying. But people are never happy with anything, and we finally got the announcement we've all been waiting for about a year almost,
oh
and
yeah.
people are already finding something to complain about.
I believe you were predicting the name that be called was the Super Switch.
Yeah, I wanted them to call it the Super Nintendo Switch and go back to the '90s,
Well,
like the
that's what
NES and the Super NES.
well that's what Frederico said right here. I thought it would be called the Super Switch, but uh, I'm like Switch Two. I'm not a fan of the name. I feel like they phoned the name in. I but I get, I mean, it makes sense because they're probably going to continue the hybrid idea. There's no point of moving on from that. But let's go ahead and
I'm already fucking psyched the fuck out for that new direct because they already told us what the direct was going to be. So
Yeah.
We got 2.5 months for that. I'm interested to see the games we're gonna get. Because I can tell you right now, at this rate, they might as well make Metroid Prime 4 a launch title. The new Pokemon game might as well be a launch title. And if that Mario Kart game they showed on the screen today, if that is a new Mario Kart, let that be a launch title too if it's ready. That would be a phenomenal launch, freaking starting launch lineup. Metroid Prime 4, Pokemon, and Mario Kart. That'll sell systems right out the fucking gate.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, when Switch had 2017 lineup, that was the best. So, uh,
No,
if you
that day one lineup had nothing but fucking Breath of the Wild.
oh yeah.
That
No, I
lineup was
mean,
terrible.
well, the day one, yeah,
That's what
of
I'm
course.
saying though. The day one lineup, make it Metroid Prime 4, the new Pokemon game, and a new Mario Kart. If that's what we got a glimpse of today, if that is
Mhm.
your day one lineup, that'll sell systems at a fucking snap.
But yeah, I was talking about the launch year was the best because you had
The year throughout the year was good, but I'm saying the day one launch. If those three games are your day one launch, Switch consoles are going to be about as hard as a PS5 to get when it first came out.
well, they
I
got
can
to have
guarantee it.
a banger of a launch title, like how they had Breath of the Wild though. Like we
Well, I think
and
Metroid Prime 4 will be a big one because how long have we been waiting for it since it was first teased?
yeah.
Pokemon is huge, regardless of what it is. And we've all been waiting for a new Mario Kart for at least I would say at least 3 years now.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
telling you, if we get those three games, or even two of those three games, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell immediately.
Well, let's go ahead and present people the video from Nintendo that was released this morning.
It's only
And
2 minutes long. I watched it when I woke up. There's really not a whole lot to talk about, but
nope,
it looks
but
good. It's a bigger system. It's a slightly bigger system. Bigger Joy Cons, like I said. We honestly don't know anything else about it other than what it looks like because they didn't go into any details, which we're going to get all that with the direct. And I'm sure we'll
yeah,
also get the price and the release date as well.
I'm just getting it set up real quick. So give me 2 seconds. All right, let's go ahead and start it. And like the rose says, it's just a supersized Switch, and it's more rounder than that Switch we got now.
Am I causing any echo on your end, Casey?
No, you're good.
Okay, good.
You're gonna have a bigger kickstand, like the OLED.
Yeah, I actually like that kickstand.
So that's good. And like you said, oh, hold on. You need to go back a little bit. Trying to look because some people were saying that this is the C button right here. Because that's a capture button right there. That's the home button. Uh, I wonder if they're gonna have the IR camera still under here, under the right Joy-Con. But I'm thinking there's no point of having another share button because you got this one right here that I'm hoping they would have this where you can share it to like YouTube or something a lot easier than just having clips go to social media. But this button right here is blank. And I think they did that intentionally right there. So let's move on. So they'll probably have better control. One thing I see they put a thing around here. Hopefully, we won't have the drift on the joysticks. And by the way, this is the magnets right there. That's one magnet. That's another magnet. And then this is where it plugs into the switch. It's going to be a lot easier to play with those controllers. Then you just snap them right in. Boom. And the Switch 2. I saw it, I was like, no way. See, I'm wondering, I want to get a close look at the back. Because the original one behind the kickstand was where you put the SD card. Honestly, right here is the same spot where you put the cartridge right there.
Yeah, did they move it to the right side of the Switch this time, right, instead of the left? Oh no, it was always on the right.
Yeah, it was on the right.
But did they move it more to the right, like towards the end, instead of like
no,
on
I
the
think
third Switch? It's somewhat in the middle on the right.
I think I think this one's a little further from the end. I think the normal one is closer to the end. But I noticed one thing: there's extra buttons because you got this one right here. You got these other trigger buttons right here. You got the normal shoulder buttons, and then you have this button. But I'm not seeing where you plug in the SD card. Unless I'm wondering if you had to pop this cover off or something. Like, I'm wondering where do you put the SD card at? And here's Mario Kart. And looking at that I don't remember that track. So this could be Mario Kart 9. And that's the new Switch dock. So I'm just curious if they're gonna fix the whole problem. Remember, on the original one, will scratch the ends of your Switch. So I'm wondering if they're gonna fix that problem this time around.
I don't think there's going to be a problem at all with the way they just snap onto the sides.
No, I'm talking about. You remember the whole thing where you slide the Switch into the
Oh
dock?
yeah. And the dock. What they should do? They should just have like make this the bits of plastic, where you insert the Switch.
Yeah,
Just make it a little wider. That's all they got to do. Like
that
maybe
way.
make it like a half inch, even a half inch wider will do.
Nah, that's
Doesn't
quite
have
a
to be.
bit.
It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be a crazy adjustment to that. It just
I
needs
would
to be
just.
like a half inch wider than it is.
That's quite a bit of spacing, though. I
Ah,
would do.
you wouldn't
I
even
would.
notice a half inch, dude.
I would put a. Hopefully, they have something soft right there. But I noticed one thing. Look, this they're returning with the bezels again. On the OLED, it would utilize the whole screen. I mean, it could be the game, but it looks like those are bezels again, right there, isn't it? That's what it looks like.
I didn't even. I don't even know what that even means. So.
Well, on the normal Switch, there's that border around the screen.
Oh,
There- On the OLED, that border around the screen is not there. It utilizes the whole screen. It's kind of like how the border or around your flat screen TV used to be big and wide, and now it's more thinner and almost non-existent. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm just curious. But let's go ahead and move on. There's the new dog bone controller, wherever they call it. 2025. See right here, it says plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with Switch 2. Details will be shared on Nintendo's website at a later date. Hold on. Oh, that's Mario Wonder. I was looking at the cart for a second. And this is where I thought when I saw this, I thought this for a second, I thought this was the launch day. But nope, this is the Nintendo Direct day. So we had to pretty much wait 3 months for the Direct. So, and their series of hands-on events are held around the world. I know they have one in Dallas, in New York, and a couple other places.
You know damn well LA is going to get that treatment.
Yeah. Well, I don't know right now, especially after those forest fires. I wouldn't I don't know LA right now. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, that is it on that. So, let's see what people says. SD card meant be in Nintendo Switch 2, I think. Like, they're gonna have to have somewhere to have extra storage, like the Switch had. Like, how big? Let's enter our predictions now. So, obviously, we're not going to be able to put. Let's talk about the Switch dock. Do you think it'll only be exclusive to the Switch 2? Or you think the Switch docks, you could put one in the other?
No, I think it's going to be a new dock because it's going to have to be more powerful to support the new console, to support the new Switch.
I
don't think the current dock is going to be strong enough. It's going to definitely be a new one.
Well, I'm wondering. Oh, do you think you'll be able to slide? I don't. I guess not. I was gonna say slide the old Switch into the new dock, but I don't think you'll be able to do that because the Switch is going to be a little smaller. So I was thinking about capabilities, but um, I'm thinking about storage. They gotta at least give us 500 gigs. That's gotta be like one of the top things they got to do. They can't do what they've been doing, is giving us minute storage unit. Like, they gotta give us something more than 32 gigs. So,
No, they said it's supposed to be 256. And if all these leakers have been right about everything else, there's no way that information's wrong then.
256 gigs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
to start.
that's not bad. I'll take that for a Switch unit.
Right?
I mean, that's better than what the Switch came out with. And, like, even that storage was very uh under like under you. I mean, it was not enough. You had to get an SD card, especially even if you had some of these carts physical. You still need download patches, so it's not um like you play right on the cart. There's still patches to be download, and then you're also going to have digital downloads. But I don't see this thing being playing 4K at all. What do you think?
No, I don't think it's going to be 4K because it's being rumored that it's only going to be as powerful as the PS4. Not even the Pro model. It's going to be as powerful as the base PS4, which is still going to put it about one whole console generation behind in terms of power. But we already know Nintendo doesn't completely care about having the most powerful, technology.
Well, I mean, look what some of these companies did for the Switch. They took Doom 2016 and somehow put it on the Switch. It was like, yeah, it was obviously not the best version. But it was still a very playable version of Doom. Like, I played Doom first time on the PS4. Was not a fan of it at the time, and then when I played it again on the Switch, I was like, okay. And it's like, so I think they'll still be able to do some of the stuff. Obviously, when it be third party games, it would be watered down. But I mean, what's funny, we only got one WWE game, and it was a bad version because I think 2K didn't try. Like, they could have done a better job to put WWE 2K on the Switch. Like, there's no reason why it was so broken.
I'm just hoping that the Switch 2 is going to stay powerful enough for as many years as it needs as they need to without them having to worry about their games pushing the hardware to the point where they have to excuse me, to the point where they have to start downscaling their games to make them work, like the
Uh,
last couple of years on this actual Switch.
well, they had to do that. So, I mean, I think that's one of the pluses, at least with Switch 2. I mean, you're getting a little closer, so, I mean, you're not so far behind, you know? Like you said, you're only a generation behind. But let's do you have any other predictions?
Not really, no. Like I said, there's you really can't make predictions or anything off of that trailer. It's not enough information.
I'm looking, trying to find something else out. I just love trying to figure out what's gonna be. I'm hopefully we get a Mario game. Like, I don't think um having we're definitely not having a Zelda game because I mean they would at least announce that or something. Plus, Tears of the Kingdom came out a year and a half ago.
No, it wasn't even a year ago. It came out last May. It's
I thought
only
it
been
came
eight
out.
months, dude.
No, it's been out a lot longer than that.
No, it has not.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Came out last May, didn't it?
I'll have to look that up now.
There's no way it's more than a year old already.
The Kingdom. Looking it up right now. I'm pretty sure it's close to 2 years now. Release date of May 12, 2023.
It was 23. Why was I thinking it was 24?
No.
Holy
I,
shit.
so it's getting close to 2 full years. So, I mean, they're probably on the way building something, but I'm not expecting a Zelda game because it seems like it takes them between 5 and 7 years to make a new Zelda game. And I think it's gonna be like, yeah, I agree. We're probably most likely getting Metroid Prime 4, but I'm thinking we gotta have a new Mario 3D Mario game because we have
We
not
need a new
had it.
3D Mario game, dude. The last one was Odyssey. The last real one, I should say, was Odyssey.
Yeah, and that was back in 2017 from the same release year. So, I mean, I was shocked that we didn't have another like Odyssey 2 for the Switch. It's been long enough that they could have. I mean, yeah, we had Mario Wonder was a good game, but I mean, I didn't think it should have took that long to make. But yeah, we had the pandemic slowed a lot of things down. But I hoping we have a Mario Odyssey too. That's what I'm hoping because I really loved Mario Odyssey. But I I was shocked, like the Rose said, that with all these leakers being right. I mean, from showing pictures to the name and the logo.
Well, I
The,
wouldn't exactly say show you pictures of the console, but as far as the
no,
logo,
I seen
as,
the side of the Switch, and then I saw the ends of the Joy-Con, and like it was it. But
as far as the logo was definitely nailed to a T.
yeah,
The name, the date that it was going to get revealed. Like
yeah,
Nintendo was just being so quiet on the whole thing, and then they just shadow dropped it this morning.
exactly,
While and then all these leakers were right. Yeah, people were coming out last night. Oh, these leakers are wrong. The leakers are wrong. Nintendo didn't say anything. The leakers are wrong. And like I
yeah.
said, if they ended up being wrong today, I was gonna let out a scathing fucking tweet telling them all to shut the fuck up.
See, they like this is the first time they nailed it. It it was just crazy because Nintendo's usually tight-lipped about their consoles, but I was hearing Nintendo was sending out warnings to people, so that was giving some credence to some of the leaks. But people started running with that logo everywhere. You saw all the big YouTubers were using that logo before when they were talking about the Switch 2. And I was like, we like it looks generic. Like I was
It does.
shocked.
It's a boring logo, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm like it looks like they didn't put a lot of work into it. It's like we're gonna just put a two right beside the Switch logo. But I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm gonna try honestly get it on launch day, but I don't know. I'll be selling my Switch to do that.
I'm not gonna sell mine until I know that the Switch 2 plays all the games I currently have.
Well, I'm
Because
pretty sure.
it did say in that last bit of information that not all games are going to be fully compatible with the Switch 2. So there might be some OG Switch games that might not run or run properly on the Switch 2.
Well, I'm thinking it'd be games that like probably doesn't get patches no more. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing that sucks with today's generation with consoles, where Like, yeah, it's good to have updates and patches, but like, sucks when games have to get patches, and then let's say you keep the game on hand, but you hadn't played it, but the console's dead, and they shut down the system, and then you decided to break out that game, and you're playing the most get version of it because the service is down, you know? So that's the one thing I don't like about these modern day consoles, but uh honestly, I don't see Switch 2 surpassing Switch 1 in sales, but it might. I don't think they'll break the 100 million mark. I think
No,
they'll.
I think this one will probably hit around 70, 80 million at the most.
Yeah,
I think it's only going to be half as good because as much as Nintendo's trying to avoid the Wii U situation again,
yeah,
I don't think they're doing enough to differentiate the fact that this is a new console. I think some people are going to look at this and say, "Oh, it's just the Nintendo Switch again,"
yeah,
because technically it is. But I mean, we have PlayStation and PlayStation 2, but that was also 25 years ago when people weren't as stupid as they are now.
Well, the thing, see, I mean, I don't know how people thought. Like, people got confused about the Wii U being just a gamepad. I'm like, it's a brand new console. And like, like, it went from, Wii was from '06 to 2012. And then the Wii U went from 2012 to 2017. But like, yeah, I mean, Gorilla Strong even asked me. He was like, "Casey, do you think I should invest in a Switch?" I was like, "No, because there's rumors of the new one coming out." And this was like inside a week ago when I told him, "No, wait until the new Switch comes out," because we already heard that it was supposed to be backward compatible to the Switch One. So, uh, but I'm thinking it probably just subpar on 100 million. It might break 100 million, but I don't see it breaking where the Switch One went. Especially when you have the Steam Deck out there, you have all these variants that look like the Switch out there that plays PC games, and then you have the PlayStation Portal. I mean, people are starting to get behind that, but I mean, it's their version of the Wii U gamepad because you can't add games to that thing, or like you, yeah, you could take that out and about, but if you don't have internet, uh, like Wi-Fi, it's not going to work. So I mean, the Wii U kind of came out at a bad time because they had tablets already came out. So I'm wondering if that's going to have the same problem when, like I said, you had the Steam Deck out there now. So, but I'm excited. So, uh, I was very surprised when I saw this came out this morning. I was running early for work, and when I just sat in the car and I saw that, I was like, no shit. And sat down and watched it. I was very surprised. But I'm excited. Do you have anything to add?
No, not really.
All right, well, I'm planning to probably play some more Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii because I'm not paying for the Switch version when I have it on the Wii. I've been getting good numbers on that, so I figure, hey, continue playing that live. So I'll probably do that in a little bit. So, do you have anything you want to shout out? I
No,
still,
I haven't been doing much because I had the flu and I did my first stream in almost a week yesterday. But I
yeah.
started late. I didn't feel like streaming very long, so I started late. Tonight I'm gonna do Sonic and Shadow Generations. I'll stream a little bit longer than yesterday. I don't want to like dive into a long stream,
Mm,
right away. So like I did 2 hours and 15 minutes yesterday. Next week tonight I'll probably do 3 hours, and then on Saturday I'll probably start going a little longer because I still have a slight lingering cough. So it's a little annoying. I don't like to cough during my streams and stuff. I've already coughed on your fucking stream probably about 3 or 4 times. But
it's not bad.
I'm trying to keep it manageable.
Brad brought up a point saying, amazing that there is still a headphone jack. That's a great point. I mean, that whole thing started with the iPhone where they're like, hey, let's get rid of this headphone jack. Now it's kind of like the headphone jack has pretty much been obsolete since. Like, obviously, having it on your on your PC, that's one thing. But, like, well, then again, I mean, you are playing on a tablet. And, like, if you're going to play on the PS5 and Xbox Series X, you still have to have a um, audio jack for that, though. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So I appreciate everyone coming by and hanging out. I do have a couple ideas and topics for Saturday is Raw for once. We're probably gonna get some people that I'm gonna tell you right now my topics. Honestly, we're probably gonna talk about the Switch 2 again. Um, there's news of WWE and TNA working together now officially. Uh, they are officially making a partnership together, so that's another thing I'm going to talk about on Saturday is Raw.
I mean, we're
And
definitely going to talk about the Switch again because Kratos isn't here. I want to get his opinion on everything on Sunday. And obviously, this is something good we should talk about again on Sunday, anyways. Because then
yeah,
we'll have a couple more days to think about, this trailer and maybe come
yeah,
up with a few more ideas of things we can bring to the table.
I agree. And I have a funny topic coming up. I've been watching American Choppers like crazy. I would sit and watch it during lunch or break time just to keep me entertained during at work. And you ever watch American Choppers?
I've heard of it, but not really.
Well, it's a biker group, company, motorcycle company. So
I know what it is. I'm just saying I don't really watch it. I don't really watch stuff like that.
I watch it. I guess the reason I really like it is because the field I'm in, I work with tools and stuff like that. But they moved from Paul Tuttle Senior moved from New York to Florida the last couple years. But that's not what I was. The topic is that their old uh, Orange County Choppers world headquarters that they had built in 2009. There was cost in the millions of dollars to build. Very high tech building. Now it became a storage unit. Like So it's funny. You used to be a biker building shop that also had retail and a showroom all in one, and even they had a bowling alley. They had arcade games, and they had their own restaurant in there. And now it's just one giant storage unit. It has a bunch of storage units in there now. So I figure we talk about that on Saturday as Raw. So those are my big three topics I want to talk about coming up. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. So thank you everyone coming by, and you guys have a good day, and I'll probably see you in a little bit playing Donkey Kong Country Returns. So ready, Rose, to get out of here?
Pretty much.
All right. We'll see you guys later. You have a good day.
In the arena where the gamers rise, raw energy flows beneath the neon skies. Casey's channel, a battleground to explore. Join the Legion, it's time to roar. Like, subscribe, don't walk away, join the frenzy. Be part of the play. Casey's rock.